Welcome back, my lovelies. Hey, Ian. Yep. I mean, it is bittersweet. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Our brothers and sisters are returned to us, and the dream of Doma's restoration is that much closer to being realized. It is a day that will live long in memory, and one that would never have dawned without the courageous actions of the Scions. On behalf of Doma and her people, we give you our deepest thanks. Lest you think me complacent, I assure you, I have not forgotten the dark cloud on the horizon. That Xenos lives is a source of grave concern, mayhaps the gravest. Yet, there is little to be done but waiting for Alpha Node to send word. Until then, I plan to devote myself to fulfilling the promise I made to Gozetsu by building a nation in which none need live in fear. I confess, I miss him already, but the thought that he has at last found peace goes some way to soften the blow. I wonder, did you ever stop to ask yourself why he showed Yotsuyu such kindness? I believe the answer lies in past tragedy, specifically the death of his wife and daughter during the invasion. Though he hid it well, there was never far from the thought. And in Yotsuyu's childlike mien, I believe he saw not a fallen tyrant, but the little girl who lost to him. After the loss of his family, Gozetsu devoted himself wholly to the service of his country. He suffered any hardship, strove beyond the limits of endurance without hesitation or complaint. Though Tsuyu could never truly replace his daughter, I had hoped that with her at his side, he might live out the remainder of his days in relative contentment. Would that the kami had been so minded. Even now, I labor to discern any meaning in Yotsuyu's fate. To deliver her from certain death with no memory of her sins, only to leave her at the mercy of her stepbrother. Could that truly have been their will? That I cannot tell you. The will of the kami is not for us to know. But what I do know is that for a brief moment, a girl known as Tsuyu lived among us. And that she brought with her a whisper of respite for a grieving heart. Alright, Alize. Oh, here we are. Ralger's Reach. Whoop. Please, we're back. Neve, Alize, you're back. No Alpha Node? It is good to see you, Lise. As for my headstrong brother, he is off on what will almost certainly turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Garlemald. It's a long story, but we have evidence that Xenos might still be alive. What? But that's... If this is a joke, gods, this better be a joke. It's not a joke. Look, I know what I saw, alright? We all saw it. And here you are saying he's alive and well and living the high life back in Garlemald? I know how ludicrous this sounds. I'm still having difficulty believing it myself. But while I might doubt the words of an Imperial envoy, I'm inclined to trust Neve. She saw the Crown Prince through the Echo in a meeting that could only have taken place in the recent past. Xenos is alive. No, it must have been, I don't know, some kind of really convincing imposter? Xenos is dead. He had a great big hole in his neck. We buried him. Aye, and someone went to the trouble of desecrating the bastard's grave, remember? Thal's gilded halls. Whatever are you talking about? Thancred, what brings you to the Reach? Alpha Note had me lending a hand at the Saltery, keeping an eye on the rebuilding work and so on, just until operations were up and running, and now that they are, I thought I might look in on you before wending my weary way back to headquarters. Forgive me if I misheard, but is there some suggestion that the late Crown Prince could have gotten better? If so, I might suggest a quick look inside his coffin, and as our first order of business. Ugh. As much as I hate the man, it doesn't feel right defiling his grave, but if it will put this rumor to rest, I suppose we have to, and when there are no curious eyes about, if we can manage that. Xenos is buried up on Bloodhowl in the locks. His grave was set apart from the others and left unmarked, so as to not upset the locals. Then it shouldn't be too hard to find. Nago, you're in charge until I get back. Alright. Slap myself. Here they are.
Oh dear. We seem to be missing a corpse.
Well, it must be somewhere. I only hope it isn't walking around.
It's definitely walking around, just not around here. Well, isn't that just great? If there's no corpse, then are we to conclude the rumors are true? Not necessarily. We might still be dealing with the doppelganger or some kind. An agent could have been sent to dispose of the body in a bid to lend credence to the late Xenos' resurrection. More and more, however, I find myself siding with Alpha Note's theory of Ascian possession. Speaking from experience, I can tell you they have no qualms about taking a living host, let alone a dead one. You're saying an Ascian is walking around in Xenos' body? It seems a distinct possibility. Once I have put this grave back the way we found it, I shall pay a visit to the people responsible for interring the prince. The Crown Prince. Before leaping to any conclusions, I want to know for sure if a body was ever buried here, and how certain we are that Xenos was properly buried. If he wasn't, that was some trick. He's as good as cut his own head off. Anyway, Raubon needs to hear about this. If you find anything out, send word to me at Rolger's Reach. I don't know why I'm surprised. The matter's settling down in Doma. We were due another crisis. Shall we make for the Rising Stone then? It's past time we share these developments with the others. Alright, bye Thancred. That grave is a bit small for Xenos though. Just gonna say that. Stola! Alize, Neve, 'tis good to see you safe and well. What news have you from the east? Well, things happened. Disturbing developments indeed. Given all that we know, I too would conclude that an Ascian now inhabits Xenos' body. A doppelganger might fool the Crown Prince's subordinates, but Neve? Nay, Alpha Node had the right of it. With that, his wisdom extended to the question of his own safety. Capable though he has become, he ventures alone in the enemy's stronghold, and the shadowy web of the Paragons, like as not. When it comes to making rash decisions, I'm hardly in a position to criticize, but I'm worried. I just wish there was something I could do for him besides pray. Oh. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. We cannot suffer icons to exist. Was I not clear on this point? More than clear, the icon in question was summarily dispatched by the Warrior of Light. The summoner is dead and the right beyond repeating. Everything proceeding according to plan, every party behaving exactly as required. My methods may seem extreme, but there is no cause for concern. I work only to ensure the salvation of the star. Oh hey, they're in the castrum. What are you doing, fiddling with that thing? I asked you a question, soldier! What are you? Have you lost your mind? Ah! That was a weird sound that I just made. I have lost many things, but my mind is yet my own. There upon the stage I stood, prepared to take my final blow, only to find the finale was but an intermission. Shall I use this chance to repent for my sins, embrace goodness and mediocrity? Nay, I think not. While the one I yearn to face yet lives, the hunt must go on. Well, that is an interesting development. Destination? Several cutscenes will play. Screw it, let's go. Let's do this. Interesting. So the Tsukuyomi was summoned in much the same manner of Susanoo via the medium of a sacred relic. That's right, they believe their gods or kami reside in physical objects. Given the danger they represent, it may behoove us to begin a catalog of such relics. But if we are to contain the threat, we will require a better understanding of the summoning methods itself. I believe I shall pay a visit to Doma and learn what I can on the subject. A fine idea. I know for a fact that our friends in Doma would be grateful for any information which could help to prevent further summoning in the region. I will pen you a letter of introduction. Lord Hien will wish to welcome our resident expert on aetherology. Wow. Blah, 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 blah. Greetings. Could it be that I'm in time for tea? It certainly looks that way. Come on, sit down and tell us how your investigations went. After you left, I went about questioning Bloodhow's gravekeeper. That all told is much the same story. Only once Lise and her officials had confirmed Xenos dead, his corpse was interred under strict supervision. There seems to be little reason to doubt the testimony on this point, but when I mentioned the defacement of Xenos' grave, the accounts grew rather more vague. None reported having seen any suspicious persons in the vicinity, and all assumed the act had been perpetrated by a vengeful Alamegan. Crucially, however, I was able to confirm that when the offering scrawl was removed, as per Lisa's instruction, no one involved thought to check the contents of the coffin. But by the stage, 'tis like the corpse was already missing. Assuming Xenos has not, in fact, risen from the dead, we are left within two possibilities. Either the body disposed of to lend credence to the claims of an extremely committed impostor, or an Ascian has taken up residence within. If Asahi was as fervent of a devotee as you believe, he would not have been fooled by an impersonation. However committed, we must assume that we are dealing with an Ascian and proceed accordingly. Agreed. The question is, how many more such monsters are waiting for Alpha Node and Garlemald? Their presence has his chief reason for going. He understood the risk, and I only hope he did not underestimate the extent of the infestation. Oh, is it this part? Oh, is it this part? Ooh, it is. Now this is going to be the first time they do this, but it won't be the last. Technically speaking. Master Alphino, we make good speed towards our destination. Is Audemus? Nay, 'tis just I can see naught from my cabin, and was curious to know the land over which we flew. Ah, I'm afraid our military craft are built with little thought of such niceties. I am happy to indulge your curiosity, however. We are presently passing over the burn on the western edge of Othard. Even with the benefit of porthole, your gaze would have been greeted with naught but malms upon malms of lifeless earth. I have read something of the burn. It was described as the desolate wasteland let dry of every last drop of ether. Aye, it is believing that succession of icon summonings was responsible. When Emperor Solus first came to Othard and beheld this blight, he was said to have reeled at the scale of the devastation. He declared icons a threat to our very star's existence, and issued an empire-wide decree ordering the eradication of all such entities. Report! We're under attack, sir. Magitech armor. No visible designation. Magitech. But who? Ah! All cannons, return fire. Damage report. The main reactor's been hit. Helm unresponsive. We're going down, sir. Damn it! They knew exactly where to hit us. All hands, brace for impact. Well, he's dead. Oh, he's not dead. He's getting up. Well, Alpha Node exploded. Damn it. Glad to have you back, Master Alpha Node. We have landed in one piece, more or less. But the air filtration system is damaged and the ship is filling with smoke. We must gather the survivors and get out while we still can. Aye, aye. Or aye. Aye. Alright. I can't I'm gonna... Okay. Once I get a chance to actually... Alright. You go here. You go here. You here. You... Nope! Here. Thank you. Alright. Search for survivors. Attack! I said attack! Alright. Prince? Ow! Alright, I'm going in here. All of you bow. Let me heal myself real quick. Or not. Ah, crap. Here's more of them. Ah. Confound it, not here, not like this. Hello? Who is this? Well, well, well. An Imperial. What? Who in the Emperor's name? Enemy of our enemies. Introductions can wait. You are calm as a crisis. In a crisis, Master Alpha Node. Let us finish this then. Let's go! Be bound! Not bound for long. Oh! I need y'all to stay in the designated location. Oh, okay. Yes! Some of y'all might recognize the movesets that he's doing. I'm not going to spoil anything just yet. It has been a while. Oh, hell nah! Let me try to face them head on so it's not coming from one ear. My thanks. Your intervention proved most timely. Well, well, I did not think to meet an Arisian in this place, let alone a Scion. You know of me, sir? I have some small history with your order. But I would speak of the present. Know you and your assailants, the severity of your predicament? The soldiers bore the insignia of the Emperor's personal guard. And I could venture a guess as to their motives, but you yet have us at a disadvantage, sir. Will you not tell us who you are? Our names are not yours for the asking, and as for our purpose, let this be your answer. An Ascian mask. The face of our prey. We must away before more arrive. Come with us or stay, but make your choice now. Even should we manage the long trek out of the burn and secure a passage to the capital, we would no doubt be greeted by Emperor's Guard. Indeed, we accept your gracious offer. Shadow Hunter will suffice for the present. Come. Oh, I don't know if y'all saw that mask on the white mask on his hip. Oh, here we are. Well, I'll give you some guesses, but I won't tell you. Not yet. Ugh, this is intolerable, but as much as I wish it were otherwise, there is nothing we can do for Alpha Node now but pray for his success. Well, that is not entirely true. While your brother journeys to Garlemald from the east, I could make my way there from Alamico and find out what there is to be learned in the Empire's western provinces. Then I'm coming with you. I can't very well sit here sipping tea if there is action to be taken. Alisaie, no. Forgive me, Alisaie, but the provinces are hostile territory, and stealth is all important. It is safer that I go alone. I can sneak well enough when the situation demands it. Don't patronize me. We should leave this to Thancred. Not you too. Alisaie, you're not sneaky. You're just not. I understand your frustration, Alisaie, but Neve has the right of it. We must defer to Thancred's expertise in this matter. Fine. Just promise me you'll be careful. Bum, bum, bum. Alright, let's actually turn this in. And then we'll finish up. Ponder. Alright, my lovelies. I'm going to end this episode here. Like, comment, subscribe if you so choose to. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!